So in a cell analogy video, you can either do cards like this, or if you're high tech, you can add in captions or something like that through your video editing software. But let's begin with a basic cell analogy. My analogy is the comparing my kitchen to a cell. Now, at the very outside of the cell is a cell wall. The purpose of a cell wall is to provide strength, support, and structure to a cell, and in my analogy, the cell wall is, well, my actual walls. They maintain the shape of my kitchen if everything is going the way it's supposed to, so my real walls are doing the job of a cell wall. Now, the job of a cell membrane is to allow certain things in and keep others out, and through doors, I can basically keep people or cats out of my kitchen, and or I can allow them into. So my cell membrane for my cell analogy are the doors to my kitchen because they are selectively permeable. Now, to get from one place to another in a cell, you need to have cytoplasm. And the cytoplasm in my cell analogy is the walk space from one area of the kitchen to another. So all of this walk space is like the cytoplasm that fills the cell. At the heart of a cell is the nucleus. Nucleus controls everything in a cell, and my cookbook bookshelf is my nucleus because this controls everything that goes on in this kitchen, just like the nucleus of a cell does for a real cell. Inside the nucleus is a set of chromosomes, and so each one of these cookbooks is a different chromosome and controls different functions. You've been fed. All right. So chromosomes are made up of DNA, and so in my cell analogy, my chromosome has the list of instructions, which is what the DNA is on a chromosome. And although it's not required in the sample in your student project, a gene would be one little piece of information or instructions. So in your cell analogy, please make sure that your DNA is in the chromosomes, or your chromosomes are made up of your DNA, and the chromosomes are in the nucleus, because we are doing a eukaryotic cell, and so you definitely want your chromosomes inside your nucleus in your analogy. Since I'm right next to it, for storage, a vacuole is a big storage area for cells. And the plant cell will have a large central vacuole, and some animal cells will have smaller vacuoles. In my cell analogy, my vacuole is my refrigerator, cabinets, anything that can be really used as storage would be a good vacuole. A cell needs to make stuff, and so you have to have ribosomes. Ribosomes make proteins, and using instructions from the chromosomes and inside the nucleus. And so in my cell analogy, my ribosomes are my kitchen knives because they are used to begin the process of making the final product, which is the whole point of a kitchen or cell. And the endoplasmic reticulum, which is usually right next to the nucleus, but we'll kind of play ball here, has a smooth and a rough. The rough has ribosomes on it, and because my ribosomes are knives, my rough endoplasmic reticulum is my food processor with the blades attached. Now, my food processor does make other substances besides proteins, like the smoothie ER does, and so without the blades, this food processor can make a lot of other things like vinaigrettes and things like that. All right. In a real cell, the endoplasmic reticulum makes something and then sends it to the Golgi apparatus. Well, in my cell analogy, my food processor will make something and then give it to my saucepan for further modification. Golgi bodies in a cell sort and package cellular materials and then ship them out of the cell. Or to another place in the cell, but mostly out of the cell. And my Golgi apparatus in my cell analogy is my saucepan, because this will make something and then send it to another room, like my dining room, which is behind that closed door. So this makes a very good analogy for Golgi apparatus. Let's go over here. A eukaryotic cell will have mitochondria, which provides energy for the cell. And so in that case, any of my electrical outlets serve as mitochondria because they are providing energy for all of the equipment in my room. Even the lighting in here runs off of electricity. All right. In plant cells, you will have a chloroplast. Chloroplast in your cell analogy needs to do some sort of energy conversion. In a real cell, a chloroplast will take radiant energy and convert it into chemical energy. That's an energy conversion. These burners are going to take chemical energy and turn it into thermal energy, which is what my kitchen runs off of, is the thermal energy. So make sure in your analogy that your chloroplast does an energy conversion that is used in your cell. All right. Finally, when it's all said and done, you need lysosomes. Lysosomes are generally only found in animal cells. My lysosome is my compost or my garbage can. Both of them remove waste and we can get rid of those and get the unwanted things out of my kitchen or my cell. Now, the only other thing I really forgot to mention is that the cell wall is really only found in plant cells, and all of the other organelles that we've talked about today are really found in both plant and animal cells. So thank you very much. This video is a little over 7 minutes because I'm doing extra explaining. So that gives you an idea of the pacing you should do and how you need to explain what each organelle does in a real cell and how it, in your analogy, whatever you pick best matches that. Hopefully this was helpful. Have a good day.